we're gonna move on to in anime and entertainment, and Dare, you asked me to talk about this new game that has dropped, which is Palworld. It's a new game that's come out, and
It's a new game with an original concept that's never been done before on any other game.
yeah, new game, original concept. No other game has ever done this before. We have never seen a catch 'em all. What's it called? We have never seen a catch 'em all mechanic in a game or a monster collector mechanic. But here we are, Palworld, and I gotta tell you, as soon as this game dropped, I got so many messages from people saying like, "Oh man, you have got to see these TikToks about this new game that's out, and it's amazing, and it's great, and it's Pokemon for adults." Which anytime that somebody says that, like anytime somebody says it's this for adults,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
immediately have like a you know.
what kind of person do you think I am?
Yeah, really. So I immediately have like that knee-jerk reaction. It's like, okay, well, what is there sex in it now? Is there guns in it now? And lo and behold, there's guns. So I was like, yeah, there it is.
So, yeah, it's Pokemon,
Uh-huh.
but like, I don't know. The first knee jerk reaction is to say it's Pokemon at home because it's just like a ripoff,
Mm.
like of Pokemon. Which yes, I saw the slides that you put later.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a lot of the Pokemon and pals have similarities,
Hmm.
and the game is similar in the way that you are exploring this open world and catching the different pals and then going and fighting what are essentially gyms.
Yeah.
But like there's more to the game than that because it's an open world sandbox. So there's like a building aspect to it where you're going around and you make a base and you can have the pals work in the base to like collect wood, collect stone,
Hmm.
collect food. If you get far enough into the game, I'm at a point where I can have like automatic assembly of certain things
Hmm.
being done. There's like they borrow a lot of things from a lot of games. So
Right. Yeah,
like,
that's true.
it's a little criminal to say that it's Pokemon
It is.
because it's a shit ton of different games. Because like I think you also have later on images of a side by side of like Fortnite.
So let's get into that. So, yes, it's like Fortnite but Pokemon. It's developed by a company called Pocket Pair.
Yep.
It has a very positive review on Steam with 21,886 ratings at the time of this. It appears to have elements of Pokemon, Monster Hunter, Harvest Moon, Fortnite, and other things.
It's up to 30,000 reviews now.
It's up to 30,000.
It's very positive.
Nice, very nice. So yeah, like it is kind of like just a hodgepodge of a lot of really popular games, right? Because number one, it has the monster capture mechanic that Pokemon does, as we can see in this screen cap that I have here. It's got a third-person shooter type system, like akin to Fortnite and stuff.
Yeah, the whole game is in third person.
Right.
And like I said, it's an open world sandbox. So
Right.
there's like
It's a little
Fortnite
Breath of the
aspects,
Wild.
There's building Breath of the Wild, sure. But like the main draw of it is Pokemon because like you have here, there are different elements to the Pokemon. They each have their weaknesses to other elements.
Right.
You have like boss monsters that you can find out in the middle of the world, which are like the normal PAL monsters, but they're scaled up, and you can catch everything.
No, I've noticed. It was one of the things that I mentioned that people sent me a bunch of TikToks of it, right? And one of the TikToks was like, "Oh, hey, you know how in Pokemon you cannot, catch an opposing trainer's Pokemon? Well, in Palworld, you absolutely can. You can absolutely 100% catch
In
somebody else's.
Palworld, you can catch the opposing trainer.
That's true. Yes. In
They're the first bad guys you come across are called the Syndicate Thugs, and just Zoe's probably like the cutest boss. I don't care what you say, but
I gotta go look at this Zoe now.
It's look, Zoe and Grisbolt is like the first boss, but I threw a Powerball at one of the low-level Syndicate Thugs, and I caught the low-level Syndicate Thug, and now it's funny, but it also kind of makes me mad because the guy has a pistol, but he doesn't use the pistol to hit. He like punches people with the pistol. It's like, just shoot him.
Just shoot him. What are you doing?
Put the bullets in the thing and shoot him.
Put the bullets in the thing. Shoot him. You piqued my curiosity, and I had to go looking. And now I went looking, and so this is Zoe.
Yeah, that's Zoe, and then Grisbolt
is the Electivire-looking motherfucker.
The Electivire with a minigun.
With a minigun, yes.
Hers does not have a minigun, but I am patiently awaiting for when I can get an Electivire with a minigun.
So with what would I have to say about this is I will have to go looking for art later regarding this. But anyway, Palworld is
Pokemon for adults. What are you talking about?
Palworld, it sounds like a really interesting thing, and I love it whenever, like, companies just like do create something that's like, hey, you know what, this is based on something we love, it's something that we really enjoyed in our youth, and we just basically like put a new spin on it. And this seems to be that, but for a lot of different things. And you mentioned like the slides that I put up, and like my main gripe is that it looks really derivative, so like if you look Fortnite and Palworld side by side, it's really,
yes,
like you can.
I don't know if it was made in the same engine or not.
Right.
They just used all of the assets that were in the engine.
Right.
But if you also look at these two pictures, looking at the Palworld thing, it looks really good.
No, yeah, Palworld looks really good.
Style and everything of that game. The game looks beautiful.
Right.
Like some of the pals look kind of weird and like really anime-esque. And with like the
compared to the rest of the world, right? Yeah, it feels like they kind of pop out a little bit,
which is a good thing in some place,
right?
But Helix says depresso.
Yeah, no, he says art like, in quotation marks.
Well, depresso is actually a Pokemon, or it's a pal that you can catch.
Oh, is it?
The first time I saw it, I was like, wow, it's me. It's Pokemon.
It's me, but a Pokemon. So like just a couple of things that I happened to catch and to draw a comparison between is like, wow, that's not familiar. Like Houndoom and whatever this pal is named.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to tell you. It's like Incinerare or something like that.
Right. We got Staraptor and Staraptor at home.
That's Nightwing.
And we have Lucario and Egyptian Lucario,
I've not seen that one, so I don't even know what that one is.
Yeah, so like it's kind of the thing, like I like the concept of it. Whenever like I said, somebody says, hey, it's this but for adults, and it's just like, what did they add that makes it adult? And it's like guns. I'm like, fine. It's like, like, oh, do we have dark themes? Do we explore the nature of human being in a very mature and like,
do we fuck the Pokemon?
Do we fuck the Pokemon?
No, you don't.
That's like, because that's where my mind goes. I was like, oh, it's more adult themed. Is it like, well, how are we doing this? Like plot wise, like philosophically, is it violence and guns? It's usually violence and guns. Do we fuck the Pokemon in this one? Like all these questions pop up, and it's like, it's the guns, and I was like, oh, okay, it's the guns.
So okay, I guess guns are cool.
Yeah, guns are cool.
Helix does point out. He said that they have shinies in this too,
Oh, neat.
which some of the shinies are different colors. Some of the shinies are just different sizes. So like my profile picture on Discord right now is one called Lamball, and it's a little ball of wool. It's like a little sheep.
Yeah.
I caught a shiny one this morning that is like almost twice my size, and it's just the best thing ever, and I love it.
Oh, that's great.
But pretty much everything that Pokemon has, this game has too, because like you can go around the world and find a bunch of eggs, and you can put them in an egg incubator and hatch your own Pokemon. You can make a breeding pen and put a male and a female Pokemon in it and get eggs from that. There's actually no, I don't think this game has a bicycle. So Pokemon does have bicycles.
It has like the Breath of the Wild paraglider.
Yeah, it does. It has multiple ones because you can build upgraded versions of it. And it has like a hot and cold mechanic from like Breath of the Wild, where certain areas you'll need to wear like insulated clothing to keep yourself warm or heat resistant clothing to keep yourself cool. And there's like there's something else that I was going to say, but I can't remember. There's like a trading system. There's like merchants and stuff that'll walk around and you can buy and sell stuff. There's a lot.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, like, that is one thing that I feel like this is something that Pokemon's just kind of like missing out on, is that
actually, Helix, you can teach moves.
You can teach moves. Interesting.
No, you can. He says you can't teach moves. There's no evolutions, and there's less stat contributions. Yes to the last two. The first one, there are these fruits that you can find that teach Pokemon or teach the pals different moves. They're rare, but you can find them on certain trees and certain enemies, and you can give them to the pals and teach them different moves.
And so it's also One Piece because they learn new things via fruits.
They have the gum fruits, and there's a lot of things that this game takes from it, but it's I bought it Friday when it came out, and it's been, I think, 48 hours ago or something, and I've spent 26 hours in the game.
Yes.
So in 2 days, I've spent a day playing the game.
So I guess like here comes like the big question, you know, because like we could talk about like, you know, we can talk about what a game has, what a game does, etc. But like the true
what a game has, what a game was. Sorry.
Good Lord, I just felt myself travel back to 1998. What was that? But what I was gonna say is the true merit, the true greatness of a game comes down to how much fun is it? Like, how much fun is Palworld?
So the problem I had with Pokemon was there was not really like a set in stone quest system.
Yes.
It was you go do this, then you go do that, and you progress through doing all the gems. And that's what Palworld does, is you beat the first tower, and then it doesn't tell you where the other towers are. So there's a lot of exploration.
Right.
And like for me, that's like I've always liked Minecraft because of you start in one place and then you can just go.
Right.
And you can explore and find cool things and do cool things. And that's what this game is really, is finding and exploring and crafting and all that. The fact that I've spent 26 hours in it in the past 2 days should pretty much say that, yeah, it's a very enjoyable game. You have to kind of look past all the stuff that it is, but it isn't. But like, if you were just to like I told you, this is something that I know for a fact that you would probably like.